It's been a while. I hope you've been well. Bring your light into the world. The world needs it. The world needs us all to shine. Rumi says, life's waters flow from the darkness. Search the darkness. Don't run from it. Night travelers are full of light, and so are you. Full of light. I think perhaps you're feeling like you're in a position of caretaking or responsibility for other people. Maybe it's time to pull the energy back in. I don't know. Night travelers are full of light, and so are you. Let's just see where it takes us. I'm going to lay out a few this time. 7 of Pentacles. Earth energy, a card of investment and growth. Star card. Major Arcana card of Aquarius. You know, it's a card of healing and being connected to, it's almost like a celestial map. It takes time though, it takes investment. Slow growth, something like that. 5 of Wands. Well, I think you've been trying to grow something in your life. And you feel a strong connection to the powers that be. And then there's a kind of disruption. It's interesting because this morning I was thinking about this card, and it's Wands energy, it's fire energy. And I wrote down 5 of Wands, hot mess. Because these guys, it's competitive, it's disorganized, it could be internal. A hot mess. So you may be grounding yourself, earth energy. And 7 of Pentacles usually means like assessing, I've put time and energy into this. You know, it may have been a struggle. It may have been that other people were interfering somehow. But staying connected and, having a kind of celestial map to move forward out of this hot mess situation. Page of Swords. Queen of Swords. Queen of Wands. A card of beginner's mind. Sword energy speaks to consciousness and speech and understanding. And this is the Major Arcana card in sword energy, in air energy. Perhaps it's learning how, it's a card of the student, learning how to stay connected with your higher self or your deeper self, however you want to call it. It's not outside of you. Queen of Swords, wants information in the sense of, I'm willing to study on it with a kind of fresh approach, a beginner's mind. Perhaps how do I break through this hot mess? Well, it may be a hot mess, but it's also a source of power. I think you're both Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords. Things come to Queen of Wands. See, it's landing right in the palm of her hand. This brightness, this light. Night travelers are full of light, and so are you. And this is somebody, you know, clear-eyed and no bullshit and with a definite destination in mind, following the guides, some sort of celestial map. Okay. On this beginner's mind card, some sort of information that you need in order to breach the gap. You know, something that'll allow you to perhaps connect the dots. Lovers. Card of Gemini. Learning about that kind of deep, deep connection. Yin-yang energy. That's also in air energy, card of Gemini. So somebody may be trying to, you know, navigate their way. See, she's got the tiller of the boat in her hand. Navigate their way toward this kind of high-level relationship. And I think Queen of Swords is not prideful. You know, is saying, yeah, I have a lot to learn about this. Don't we all? Don't we all? On Queen of Wands, Knight of Swords. Well, there may have been a lot of confusion or fear in the past. You know, what am I doing? What is this? You know, I'm involved in, everybody's trying to do it a different way, or it's a difficulty prioritizing. But I think if you've been confused or afraid or almost in like a panicky mode, feeling like a hot mess, or feeling like somehow you're involved in a dynamic that's unclear, and it comes with some sort of panicky, like almost a PTSD feeling, like a panic attack or something. Maybe it involves like, how do I find my way, Wands energy, out of this? You know, I don't think Queen of Wands wants to engage in this dynamic anymore. Fives indicate a need for change, and you know, I'm just hearing, I'm over it. I'm over it. Death and rebirth, card of Scorpio. Energy of emotion and connection. Something has to change. Fives indicate a need for change. I need to move on from this. It may have been like an external struggle that you somehow internalized. You know, it threw you for a loop. But you've regained your stability. You've kind of transformed. See, there's a whole new landscape. Something bright, something I mean, and it may have taken a long time to accomplish this metamorphosis. On the hot mess, please. I don't know why I keep calling it that, but yeah, okay. Two of Pentacles. I think you made a choice because our time and our energy are limited. You know, sometimes we do have to prioritize. You know, what really matters, earth energy. What am I to do next? And maybe it's, you know, Queen of Wands, highly intuitive energy, knows what to do on the level of, takes your guide from intuition. And it might be that you're paired up with somebody, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, who their go-to is not intuitive, it's cerebral. Could be a same-sex couple. You know, you recognize each other somehow. You recognize each other. But you're in the midst of a massive emotional, it's like some sort of metamorphosis. You're on the level of feelings. You're undergoing a great maturation, perhaps? Hangman. Card of Pisces. Also, water energy. Metamorphosis takes time. This is a card of suspension almost. You know, you've had momentum. Reminds me of this, the Two Pentacles. Momentum can be called the dance of change. Fives indicate a need for change. Emotional consideration. You know, see, this person is experiencing some kind of epiphany, but it's a still point. And it may be feeling on the deepest level something shift, so that now you're getting a sense of connection with your higher self. You're ready to receive it. Ready to receive it. On Queen of Swords, please. Knight of Wands. More fire energy. This is a kind of giddy up, let's go. It's not the cerebral energy. It might be that the Wands, I think it might be two people. Could be two sides of yourself, but I think it's two people. One of which operates off, you know, likes to think things through. And wants a sense of direction. And wants a kind of true relationship. And I think it's going to take time, Seven of Pentacles, to work through this bizarre dynamic where, you know, everybody's wanting to, you know, put in their 2 cents, something like that. change takes time. This kind of maturation question. The Hangman always looks to me a bit like, you know, the butterfly's chrysalis, which hangs like this from the tree. And inside the chrysalis, this change is taking place. It's like the creature that comes out is not the one that went in. Okay. Wow. Strength card. Card of Leo. And we're in Leo time right now. I think whatever this metamorphosis is, it takes great courage. You know, like some kind of time in the dark, you know, facing the fear in order to move forward. This is an acceleration. Knight of Wands is fast energy. You know, perhaps after this long period of growth. There's some kind of arrival. And maybe it's learning, this Page of Swords energy, learning how not to be so anxious about the transformation. I mean, at a certain point, I think we have to give it over to to trust our connection to the cosmos or the Wa, or however you want to call it. And it's the same energy, air energy, that connects us to each other. Doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but it's certainly a transformative one. The change is happening kind of, whether we want it to or not. Night travelers shine brightly, and so do you. It's sort of like traveling by your own light. Something's accelerating now. Take heart. Have courage. I think you've made, or in the process of making, the choice to extricate yourself from some kind of block or bullshit. I mean, Queen of Swords would do that. She knows how to cut ties if necessary. There's definitely fear here and anxiety, but on the deepest core level, there's an ability to tap into your strength because you're connected. We have on the board Leo in the Strength card, Gemini in Lovers, Scorpio in Death and Rebirth, Aquarius in the Star card, Pisces in the Hanged One. And that's it. This is kind of the star we steer by. It shines brightest in the dark. The star we steer by. Night travelers are full of light, and so are you. Don't doubt that. This can be self-doubt. Nines speak to the self often, and this is sword energy, like mental energy, second-guessing yourself. Take your time. But I think you're going to decide to, in order to accomplish the change you need to, I keep hearing extricate, but, to get out of some sort of slightly crazy dynamic. I'll see you next time.